Alrighty. Wednesday night. It's early here in southern Ontario. It's cold. We got the wood stove pumping. Thought I would just chuck another piece of content out there to the viewers. Thank you to all the people that viewed the last video. Nice high count on the views. Oh, we are rolling here at Sharp Customs. Mr. Max is looking for some attention. Yeah, because he's a crazy dog. He's always looking for some attention. I'm going to do some kind of some fabricating tonight on the video camera. If you hear the camera girl humming or coughing in the background, it's because she got a little. Oh, look at this! Look at this! What are you biting at, man? She got a bit of a cold. The whole family got a little bit of a cold. Not me, you know. I'm destined though. I'm gonna be last. Maybe you'll be next. Maybe you'll get it next. Hey? Maybe you'll get it next. Go be a good boy. Be a good boy. Go play with your golf. Come on. But this is gonna be a tough one. I know it, because nothing scares him. The grinders, the welder, nothing scares him. In fact, he loves to chase sparks. I gotta really get him a set of, safety glasses or goggles or something, because he is just full-blown, sparks. He'd be right underneath the table and the sparks are like landing on him. Now, look, now he's going after the camera girl. He's trying to get his 2 cents. Who sent? Who sent? You sent for me? Let's go, man. So basically, the idea here tonight is I want to duplicate this chassis. I want to duplicate this chassis. Now, I don't want to do it in solid aluminum, so I came up with this idea. Well, heck, why not build it? Why not build it like a real car chassis, a boxed tube frame, whatever you want to call it. So I came up with this idea. I've been humming and hawing about it for a little while upstairs, hearing my this thing that thinks. And so yeah, we'll get to the side rails. We'll get to the side rails. I will show you how I kind of duplicate the pieces. I've already duplicated the sides. I will show you that. So I need to do my cross members. The back one's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. This one's a little fancy. So I'll show you how I do that. Basically, I just take a piece of paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create well, it's not 3D. I don't even think it's 2D. It's one-dimensional. So I take a piece of paper, kind of push it up against there, kind of mark it, and then basically I just do that. I just do that, and you can see it. You can see it making the imprint. There we go. Oh, I can smell that whole mentholyptus that the camera girl's got in her mouth right now. So basically I do that. Try not to let it move. Try to use my thumbnail, get all the shapes, all the contours. So it basically gives me an impression, as you can see. Now I know I got to come out a little bit further than the frame. So basically I've already kind of done this one. Here's my my first one I cut out. I already cut it out with the paper, as you can see. And I knew I had to come out, roughly a 1/4 inch from the top mark there, which I duplicate over to a piece of cardboard. And sometimes the You know, sometimes the duplication, as you can see, it gets a little bigger, a little wider, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So basically, that's going to be my cross member, and then I take that. I take my little piece of cardboard. Yes, little piece of cardboard. Take a piece of this 18 gauge. 18 gauge. This sheet sitting on the table here is 18 gauge. That's all I use. I don't use anything lighter. I could get 20 gauged. I find 20 gauge is a little flimsy for working on cars. I know some of the old vintage iron. It's like if you actually measure it, you know, with a vernier and stuff, it's like 19. Works out to be around 19. They don't, obviously, they don't produce it. So your best bet is to, I like this. It's heavy, 19 gauge, nice to work with, beautiful as well. So basically I'll take my little template and I'll stick it on there like that. Got me a little, was an old dental pick, I think, and I will scribe this on my cardboard the best that I can. Try not to let it move. That's kind of the key. The key is don't let it move. Don't let it move. So basically we're just transferring the image via the scriber. Just this one last little dog leg here to do. And these things, you know what, these things, they only got to be close. I mean, you could sit and you could, you know, you could math this out, you know, and you could sit and you could spend hours. So there, it's pretty hard to see my scribe lines. So now I have a few different pieces of equipment that I could cut this out with. Zip cut being, you know, kind of the go-to. If you don't mind the noise and the, you know, the sparks and the heat and all that stuff, you could go with electric shear. It's okay. It bounces around though. And it's okay. Okay, it's, you know, you kind of gotta watch what you're doing. You don't want to do overcuts. You get pretty close to the line, but for this particular piece, oh shit! Here I am. Oh, I'm on the ground. Get the zip cut. The zip cut for this particular job would probably be what am I doing kneeling on the floor? Like, why am I scurrying around on the floor? I got this perfectly good workbench right here. So I'm not going to bore yous. I'm not going to bore yous. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this template though, because I'm definitely going to use it. You know, it's I could keep cutting and cutting and cutting. I don't want to bore you with a whole bunch of, you know, me spending 5 or 10 minutes grinding out, you know, this little plate as much as I'd like to, but I'm not going to because I already got one cut. Now I do need two. And you'll see why in a few minutes why I need two. Now that one's okay. It's got some. I did this one all with the zip cut. It's still got some scribe lines on it that I can see. I did pretty good. I got pretty close. So basically, what I would do to clean that up is I would take this. Yeah, that doesn't always work, by the way. Grabbing the disc and turning it, sometimes you break the disc. So I put on a flapper wheel, of course, you know, heavy duty, 40 grit, and I would take it and basically I would stand firing sparks right up the camera. We're still filming. I'm not sure the camera girl was. Let me turn this off. Camera girl was having some technical difficulties there. She had to quickly plug in the auxiliary power. Hope I'm in the frame. Plug in the auxiliary power for the camera. I'm guessing the battery was going for a crash. Basically how I trim up and refine a smaller piece like that, but not sure what is going on with the camera, but I'm gonna jump over here. I hope the camera can get it. I should have had my gloves on. Should have had my gloves on the whole time because you know these discs, even the flapper discs, you know, they can bite you. Can you not pick up the camera with that plugged in like that? Ah, crap. Well, she's just gonna have to pivot it. So I've got this jig set up. So I cut 4 of the rail, you know, the main rails of the chassis. And as you can see, I've got, basically what I've got is I've got this big old bar, 1/2 inch. I actually used it. I was trying to figure out this morning, I was like, okay, I can cut the side rails. I'll just move the gun. So I got a side rail clamped on here, as you can see, and I can tip it. There we go. I've got a side rail on this side. I've got the other side rail. You know, two pieces, actually 4 pieces altogether. So I got those cut. I actually use the shear, and then the same way you just saw me refine this little. Look, now I can't grab it with my glove. Where you saw me just refine this piece with the flapper disc. It still needs just a slight refining. It's not bad though. It's pretty close. So basically, I'll do the same with that as I'm doing with this. So basically, I had to cut strips, and I was trying to think, how can I cut these strips so that they're, you know, pretty much perfectly straight. And I was thinking, well, you know, this thing, you know, the shear cuts pretty good. The problem is when you try and do something this small, what it does is, you know, as you're going across the sheet, this piece it'd be curling up behind you. You know, it'd turn into a big old coil of